the next thing that I wanted to talk about comes from it's a video that I'm in the process of editing, right? But hopefully by the time that this is out, it'll already be out. But it was basically a stitch from a creator named Tracy Allen, where essentially not necessarily what the topic of his video was, because I think it came from a live stream. I'm pretty sure it came from a live stream, and it got uploaded to his Clips channel on TikTok, where basically they was talking about Baki and Kenichi, the mightiest warrior or the mightiest disciple. And basically he was saying that, you know, if you were to watch Kenichi, the mightiest warrior, you will no longer like Baki. And I don't have a problem with the take, right? We all have hot takes. Two things can be true at once, right? But the only issue I have with it is the way we talk about things, because it like saying that you'll no longer like Baki is like could be a true thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be a true thing, but it also kind of others people in the sense of like, if you like Baki after watching Kenichi, the mightiest warrior, then something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like now you Baki. So it's like, obviously I don't think that was his intention in saying that. And like, I'm not here to police nobody content or anything like that. I'm just like the bigger conversation around it, and what, you know, came to my brain when I thought about it is like, why can't we like both? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that when, you know, something that could, in your perspective, be better means that we can no longer like this other thing, you know what I'm saying, that we liked before? And it also, you know, means that like, or when you say it in that way, like it's almost like you're saying that like, you know, you probably haven't seen Kenichi the Mightiest Warrior, or like it implies that you haven't seen it, at least, you know what I'm saying? And because you haven't seen it, that's why you like Baki. When like I've watched both of them, like OG Baki and Kenichi the Mightiest Warrior, and this is just, I know this is like, he's talking to a broader audience, right? He's not just talking to me, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But and Kenichi the Mightiest Warrior never got to really finish the anime, but I also just think like that they're two completely different anime, where it's like, yes, they both include fighting and like a growth period, but like it's more so like where when you frame it in that way, it's almost like now when people watch it, they have a bias in mind, because now they're looking for the series to be better than Baki, versus like just being able to experience the series and putting people onto a new series that they might not be hip to. You know what I'm saying? Because Kenichi, compared to like the Baki of today, like the Baki Hanma and the Son of Ogre, and you know, all the newer series on Netflix and stuff like that, like you might be introducing somebody to Kenichi, you know what I'm saying, for the first time that hasn't seen it. So it's like two things can be true, right? But like when you know, it's one thing to share your perspective, but then there's another thing to impose it on other people, where it's like, you know, you could have just been like, you know, if you like Baki, oh, you're really gonna like Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another way to do it, but it's definitely not as spicy. And you know, like I said, I'm not trying to police nobody's content, because obviously, you know, that kind of take works, but sometimes I feel like there's better ways to create discourse. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's something I can learn from him, from saying that, because it's like, I don't have no problem with Tracy Allen's content or anything like that. It's more so like when he said that, I was like, dang, why can't we like both? And I was looking in the comments, which is not something I normally do, but like happened to be looking in the comments, and youngins like were disagreeing and agreeing, and also had to take words like, why can't we like both? Because I think both are great. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're trying to do different things. Like it'd be one thing if Baki and Kenichi had like basically the same, not same storyline, but like a similar storyline, where it's like you like them for different things. Like I think Kenichi's more akin to like Hajime no Ippo, because it's like you're going from like a novice, like nobody type thing to like basically being the best in the world, right? And you're seeing the ups and downs of that. And like, I think if we're talking about just fighting him, I think Hajime no Ippo does it the best. But with Baki, it's like you're taking a child prodigy and you're trying to defeat the GOAT, aka Yujiro Hanma, right? And his father. But it's really, anime to me is really not necessarily about the fighting per se, but just about the, you know, conversation that comes from actual fights and what these fighters are learning about what is strength and what's true strength, and like, you know, what they really care about. And I think with Kenichi, it was more so like novice learning from all these different masters and being able to combine them into just being the best, you know. And I didn't read the manga, but like as far as where the anime left off, from what I can remember, it was just more so like the thing I liked about it the most was just seeing him progress in so many different things and so many different avenues, and seeing all these different types of martial arts in a way that's like, you know, pleasing to the eye is not the right phrase, but you get what I'm trying to say, you know. And I just think they're trying to accomplish two different things. So will you like Kenichi if you watch that joint before or after watching Baki? Yes, I think they're both dope. Like I think they're both good shows. I just think like the way that we frame things can sometimes skew how young is receiving. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's anybody's intention. I'm not trying to start no beef, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just something I was like, I gotta talk about this on the pod one day. So shout out to Tracy Allen. You know what I'm saying? W content at the end of the day.